Look at that. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Whoosh. Hello and welcome back. Specimen Dave TV. Yours truly, Dave. The water has been murky for a long time. Too long. It's heartbreaking. Anybody on the east coast of Ireland, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how heartbreaking it is. But look, I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna try all my soft plastics. See if we can bang into some fish today. I'd like to thank you all who've been watching, liking and commenting so far. It's great to hear from you and I love seeing you enjoying the content. That's what it's intended to do. Let's go. Woo! Oh! That was a bite. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Oh! Yes, nice. I knew that was a hit before. I just knew it. There we go, that's a good fish. Oh, he hit it hard. Good fish. Hello. Come here, buddy. Nice. Nice fish. Woo. Well, let me tell you, he was hard got. Rooney's Fishing Supply is the slapper. It's very tense. Try and get him to relax a little bit. Woo! He's definitely a nice fish. I'd say he's 60 centimeters. Let me get a measure on this rod here. "59 centimeters. He hit that hard. He hit that really hard. He got me with one of his spikes at one stage because I can see there's some blood on the top of his spikes there. So there we go, look at that. I'm very happy to see this fish. It's been very difficult trying to catch fish with the water that colour. But there you go, they are in it when it is murky and they are feeding. Let's get them back, see if we can pull out a couple more. Woo! Hit like, and if you're watching and you're not subscribed already, please smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers before Christmas. That would be a nice Christmas present. Woo! Mwah. Gorgeous fish. Let's get him back where he belongs. Adios, amigo. Woo! Yes. Ah, it always puts you in a better mood. I think one of the main reasons I hit that fish. Do you know the Savage Gear rattles? They come in all of the Savage Gear bodies, and you can also buy them separately. Well, I punched a hole in the tail of this lure. It's a slapper, and I put one of those rattles in there. Can you hear it? Might be difficult to hear, but you get the idea. So when that tail running through the water like that, it's getting off that little, he's hearing it. He hears it, the fish goes, huh? Huh? What's that? Let's check it out. And he takes it, just like he did. Well, I'm gonna cast out a few more times. I'm gonna see if we can get another fish or two out of there. Woo! Two seals have showed up now. They've got their eyes on me. Get out of here! Big splash off. Right, I think that any bass that were in this area and that were thinking of feeding, I've definitely decided that it's time to move on. So I'm going to head up the coast a bit more. I can feel the rocks coming loose in my hands. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Well, I just lost one of my lures, but I figured it might be a good time to talk about your bass fishing setup. If you're new to bass fishing, or if you already started out and you're just not sure, I'll walk you through my stuff. So, most bass anglers will have a rod that range from 10 to 45 gram. You know, they'll have their 15s to 50 grams. Personally, I prefer a rod with a bit more backbone. That's why I use a rod that's 20 to 60 gram. It's a Shimano Vengeance. They're about 100 quid a pop, as far as I remember. The reason I prefer a rod with a bit more backbone is if you ever need to bully a fish out of a rocky area or bully them out of a weed bed, like especially like this rod was kind of earmarked for bass. But I'll bring a pollock fishing, and the pollock, they will take your lure and they will bury you straight into the weed. So something with a bit more backbone that you can just lift them up out of it when you need to. Onto your reel. Personally, I think anything above 2.5, 3,000 is just not really necessary unless you're using that for bigger fish, you know, more blue water fishing. But you don't want that, that's too heavy. There's plenty of reels out there that will cost you 300, 400, 500 quid. They will be top of the range. They'll have barely any weight to them. What I prefer, Ken Spin Fisher, costs about 130 quid. You might get lucky and find them cheaper. It's a 2,500 and it's just the perfect size. I never even fully load it. I never fully spool it. I have no backing on it. I just fill it about just over halfway and it does me perfectly. I fill it with 20-pound braid. At the moment I have a Mikado braid on that, 20-pound. As you can see, like I said, it's nowhere near full. There's plenty of room on that. Up until not too long ago, my leader, I would use a swivel tied off to my braid, and I'd have a generally 50-pound monofilament leader. What your leader is there to do is it's to protect against rubbing on the rocks. So if a fish comes around the corner on you or dives behind a rock, it's not your braid that's on the rock, and it won't just snap like that on you. It has a lot more toughness to it than the braid. But I've swapped it out now for a fluorocarbon. The fluorocarbon I've been using is Tubertini Gorilla fluorocarbon. I don't know if you can see it there, but it says it says 14 point something kg. It works out at about 30 pounds, and it is not much thicker than the braid itself. It is a good bit thicker, but compared to what I had been using, 50-pound monofilament all this time, there's nothing in that. And what I've noticed is I've been picking up a lot less weed on it. And what I do is just tie a direct knot. You see that? Straight to me braid. The knot I have on it is a blood knot. And I've got about 5 or 6 wraps of the braid and 5 or 6 wraps of the fluoro. And it is strong. You can see that there. I'm putting a good bit of tension on that. That fish put a good bit of tension on it, and he didn't snap it. And I had actually remembered after I let the fish go that I had this is my first time tying braid to fluoro directly, apart from like multipliers for braid for leaders, but however, first time doing it on my spinning setup, and it held up. So very happy with that. Then what you're going to want is something to clip your lures onto on the end of your line. There's plenty of different kinds of clips. You have your Cascade types. They are no lock-in system on them. They just swirl around themselves so that when you put your lure on, it swirls down and sits on the end of it. They can be good. However, you might find it difficult to fit some lures on them. There's plenty of other clips, such as G clips. You know, they have a ring at the end of them, and you can just push the clip out of it, comes out, put your lure on, clip it back in. Or you have your quick link clips, which are generally my favourite, but I just lost my last one, so I'm gonna have to use probably the Cascade. The Shimano rod, the Shimano Vengeance, it's a 7-foot rod. Is it? Yeah. 7-foot rod, 2.4 meters. A lot of people would say that's actually quite on the short side, and I would be inclined to agree with them. But I was using 11-foot rods, and I'm not losing that much on the cast. And you just seen it, like, you don't need to cast that far for the fish. They're in close all the time. You will pick up fish out far, but the decent fish that are in feeding looking for grub, they're always in closer. And I think what pushes them in closer is the likes of the seals out there going around, and the murkier water. They're in the shallower water, they're in better ambush water for their prey. Right, I'm going to get gear back up. Hopefully I can pull another fish out of here. If not, this is the end of the video, and I really hope you enjoyed watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Specimen Dave TV. Woo!